What is going on YouTube? My name is Robert Thompson and I am a real estate wholesaler and investor. I've been doing it for about 4 years now, so that's why today I'm going to give you guys 4 key terms that you need to know if you're looking to wholesale real estate or getting to investing or get into investing, I should say. So, those 4 terms are 1, ARV, 2, comparables, 3, assignment fee, and the fourth one, stay tuned at the end and we'll discuss that last one. All right, so the first one I want to go over are going to be comparables. Comparables is a term that you will be a term that will be heard day in and day out of wholesaling and real estate investing. You can't real estate invest without comparables. Anything between 1 and 4 unit, you're going to basically get your value of your property off of properties that are sold in the area. A comparable stands for a property that is similar to yours enough that if you fix it up, it can compare in value to that property. So let's say the property that you're looking to wholesale is a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom, 1,000 square foot home. A comparable to that house would be a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom, 1,050 square feet or 1,100 square feet. And that's a good comparable. So you're comparing the foundation and the bones of the property. You're doing an apple to an apple, an orange to an orange. You're not going to compare a property that has 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom at 1,000 square feet to something that has 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and it's 1,800 square feet. Those two are not comparable, okay? Because if you fix both of those up to the maximum potential, they're not going to come close to a similar price range. Ideally, 2 comparables have the same bedroom and bathroom count. The square footage is within about 10 to 20%. The year built is around the same. They both are going to be either single story or 2-story. Some other factors are similarities in home style. Some might have a basement, some might have a crawl space, some might be on a slab. And another big one, probably one of the biggest factors in comparables, is going to be the radius or proximity to the property that you're looking to wholesale or purchase. Ideally, you want to get something that's in the same subdivision as your property. If not the same subdivision, you want to try to get as close as you can to your property in finding a comparable. Okay? And last but not least is going to be the year sold. So when you're going over comparables, you need to make sure that you're looking at how long ago did that property sell. Typically, you want to make sure that you're buying properties or you're looking at comparables for the properties that you're about to purchase or wholesale that have been sold within the past 6 months, 12 months max. In this market, I'm not going to lie to you, I've gone out to 24 because the interest rates have been so high. Not a lot of sales have been happening lately. So that was a mouthful. The first one was comparables. The second term we're going to be talking about is going to be ARV. Huge term. You can't even get a purchase price for the property if you don't know what the ARV is. ARV stands for after repair value. When we're talking about the after repair value of a property, essentially what you're saying is if this property is a dump, after we fix it up, the after repair value of that property would be this. So if you have a property and you have it under contract or you're looking to buy it for $150,000 and you see a comparable property that sold for $300,000 completely fixed up, then your after repair value would be $300,000 if those are comparable properties. Okay, because ideally the cosmetic state of a property isn't gonna really break your boundaries when you're looking for a comparable. So for an example, You have two properties. Both are 3-bedroom and 2 bathrooms. Both are 1,500 square feet. Both have a garage. Both are ideally good comparable properties, except one has been owned by a homeowner for 30 years and they never upgraded the property. And that property has been a rental for them the whole 30 years. The other property had a brand new upgrade last year so it could get ready to be put on the market. Both properties are comparable, but the values of them are vastly different. Because the person that upgraded the property 1 year ago invested time and money in fixing their property up, their value is going to be much higher than the person that basically let the property deteriorate, or they just didn't upgrade it to keep it to standards. They didn't upgrade it to keep it to the standards of 2023, 2024, which is the current year that we're in. So they're comparable, but their values are different. So if we were to look at the after repair value of the property that we have for $150,000, and once it's all fixed up, it's worth $300,000. That is the after repair value. After you fix it up, what is the total value? Okay. The third one is going to be, it's simple. It's going to be a purchase price. I mean, ideally, you want to have an idea of what your purchase price is when you're wholesaling a contract. So when we're talking about purchase price as a wholesaler, that has a few different factors. Because when you're selling this to a buyer as a wholesaler, their purchase price is going to be completely different from if you're just buying it off market. Because as a wholesaler, one, if that property that we're looking at in our first example, $150,000, and it's fixed up worth $300,000, what we would do is we go $300,000 and we're gonna go times 0.75, and then that's gonna give us, I don't know, 225. I'm not gonna do the math on that. I don't have a calculator. Let's just say 225. That 0.75% is a 25% margin for the buyers to have their profit margin, and also pay any closing costs or fees associated if they decided to flip that property. So now we have to generate an offer for them to buy it at, which will be their purchase price. So it's going to be their ARV times 0.75 minus any renovations needed to the property. Let's just say for our property that's worth $300,000 fixed up, 0.75, we're at 225. Let's say it needs $25,000 in renovation. Now we're at 200, and let's say we want a $10,000 wholesale fee, and now we're at 190 grand. And then we take another 10,000 off because we don't want to go with our max allowable offer. So now we're at 180, and we offer 180 for the property. Okay, so we tell the seller, hey, I'll give you 180 for the property. You get it under contract for 180, or you negotiate, you get it for 190 because the seller said, no, I want 190 or something, whatever the case is. You're at 190. Now the purchase price for the buyer will be 190. All right, so when we're talking about purchase price as a wholesaler, you're including your wholesale fee, you're likely including some renovation budget for the buyer, and you're also including a profit margin for the buyer. You're not just saying, hey, this is what Zillow says it's worth. So we did ARV, we did comparables, we did purchase price. Let's talk about JV, or joint venture. As a wholesaler and an investor, this is going to be a super big term. JV means joint venture. When we're talking about a joint venture agreement, it means that you two are joining in on a venture. So typically it's a wholesaler that has a property under contract, and you're going to join in with another wholesaler who has a buyer, and you guys combine your efforts to close the wholesale deal. So say I have a property in our example, and we're wholesaling it for the purchase price of $190,000, but I don't have a buyer. I can't find a buyer, or I'm in a new market and I don't know any buyers in that market. I would reach out to some other wholesalers, agents, or sometimes even buyers, and do a joint venture agreement stating that, hey, I'll give you X amount of profit on this deal if you can find a buyer. Okay, you signed a non-disclosure agreement. You signed a agreement stating how much each of you will make. Typically, my joint venture agreements are 50%. So if I'm doing a joint venture, I actually just did one. It was for a property. I couldn't find a buyer. He found a buyer. It was 20 grand, and he got 10. It was 16 grand. I got 8, and he got 8. Okay, I didn't find a buyer, but hey, half of a pie is better than no pie at all. Okay, so joint ventures are going to be huge. There's wholesalers who make their complete business out of doing joint ventures. They don't even look for deals. They just have buyers, and they're willing to find a buyer for your deals if you have deals, and they just want their cut out of it. Okay, so that's what a joint venture or a JV is. You'll hear that term tossed around a whole lot when it comes to wholesaling real estate. Okay, and there you have it. 4 terms that you're going to hear a lot in wholesaling real estate. If you like that, go ahead, like and subscribe. Stay tuned for much more content. God bless. Peace.